Welcome to Chorus America's 2020 Virtual Gala. My name is Catherine Dehoney, and I'm the President and CEO of Chorus America. As some of you may know, this event was originally supposed to take place at our conference in beautiful, sunny Miami, Florida. But tonight, I am here in the Chorus America offices, the world headquarters of Chorus America in Washington, D.C. When the COVID-19 crisis prevented us all from gathering in person, we created a week-long virtual convening of the choral field, cramming over a year's worth of planning into a 14-week turnaround, and the hard work was well worth it. This year's virtual conference attracted a record-breaking 1,100 attendees. The speakers and events during this week combined the information, connection, and inspiration that choruses really need right now. And I have no doubt they will use everything they've gleaned this week to create beautiful music and effect meaningful change in their communities. We're nearing the end of our conference, and before it's over, we always gather to celebrate our art form and have some fun and raise important funds to support Chorus America's work. So here we are. And this year, more than any other, is the perfect time to celebrate the resilience that choruses have shown, the ingenuity of our field leaders, and the music that helps us all thrive, especially in these difficult days. We've set a goal for this year's conference campaign to raise $50,000, and we're just over halfway there, thanks to some very generous friends this week. I want to thank the 127 people who've already contributed to support this event, as well as some special people, Charlie Baradesco, Elfrida and Vern Heinrichs, Ann Kaiser and Diana Saez, for their donations in the form of buying virtual tables to the gala tonight. Throughout the event, we will enjoy some terrific choral music, visit with special guests, and present the Michael Korn Founders Award for philanthropic contribution to the arts. And I hope you'll be inspired to give to help us serve the field and surpass our goal. I'm delighted to be here this evening with several of my favorite people. One of those is Brian Newhouse, Chorus America's board chair, who is not only a rock-solid leader, but a board chair with a poet's soul. Brian recently retired as director of Classical Minnesota Public Radio and American Public Media. He is also the founder of NPR's The Choral Stream. He is a chair who lives and breathes choral music. Brian is joining us tonight from St. Paul, Minnesota. Brian, there.
I am Catherine. Hello, Catherine, and hello to everybody who's joining in this event from across North America and maybe beyond. I so wish we could be together tonight, but being virtual does have an advantage or two. Our guest list is unlimited, and it's still not too late. Invite your friends. And we're able to have choral performances and special guests without that pesky thing known as geography kind of getting in our way. We get to choose our gala dinners, and a lot of fun we're going to have tonight. I've been board chair for a year, and one of the things I've learned about Chorus America is how its creation story carries through everything it does to this very night. Going back to 1977, it became clear that in order for the field to grow and to receive more support, it needed a voice and an advocate at the National Performing Arts table. A group of outstanding entrepreneurial choral conductors worked together to create Chorus America and infused it with a dedication to excellence and innovation. For 43 years, the field has stepped up to support this organization that's truly of, by, and for choruses and singing ensembles of all types and sizes. Gifts from you, our friends and family, make all the difference, especially now. I've been watching the Chorus America staff work fast, furiously, and incredibly intelligently to meet the needs of choruses right now. The phone has been ringing off the hook at Chorus America for all the understandable reasons since February or March. So we are in an intensive period of service to our members. That's a joy for us to do. That's why we exist. Here are just a few things that the money we raise tonight are going to do. Design and implement responsive programming that adapts to a rapidly developing, changing world in the choral field. It'll be ensuring access to our resources for all who lead singing ensembles through more free resources and scholarships, with our particular focus and a goal of the board and the entire organization of Chorus America to address diversity, inclusion, and equity. It'll also help us to subsidize membership fees for choruses and individuals who are facing financial hardships caused by the coronavirus. And it's going to provide forward-looking leadership, resources, information, and inspiration to the North American choral field. We have got an amazing hour ahead of us and some very special guests this evening. And I have got my Minnesota, well, it's in honor of the beer choir. We had a ton of fun, silly, embarrassing fun yesterday. So this is a Leinenkugel's beer made just across the St. Croix River in western Wisconsin. And I've got my own gala dinner tonight, which could not be more Minnesota. It's wild rice and blueberries. And we're going to keep the Minnesota connection going by introducing a legendary Minnesotan who is and has been a leader in all things choral for many, many years. One of the most revered artists in our field, Dale Warland. Dale is an inductee in the American Classical Music Hall of Fame, and we're very proud he's been part of Chorus America since the beginning.
I love Chorus America. I love Chorus America for all that it is and all that it does. I can't help but reflect on this organization during its early days when we all sat around one table. The entire membership sat around one large table, dreaming big thoughts, big ideas. Many, of course, have come into fruition. And how far this organization has come in terms of establishing its rightful place among the older arts organizations, but with its own unique and, I think, colorful personality. For me, Chorus America kindles the right spirit, a spirit that has created wonderful programs and activities for the small choir, the choir any place in the country, or its conductor, while at the same time doing so much to support the raising of the artistic level of choirs, helping to bring much deserved recognition to the choral art, and putting it on what I call the cultural map so that it's on par with the very best of opera, the very best of the symphony. I love Chorus America. And all I can say is it deserves all the support that we can muster, all to keep it flourishing.
Thank you so much, Dale Warland. We miss seeing you in person this year, but we're glad you're safe and sound at home, and we appreciate all you've done for our field. And thank you to Brian. So my gala refreshments are Washington, D.C.-esque. I have champagne, and without spilling the champagne, I have snacks from the hotel bar at the top of the Hotel W, overlooking the monuments. A key feature of our in-person President's Dinner every year, aka the Gala, is our MC. For the past 10 years, Jonathan Miller has served as our host and a lively and persuasive auctioneer. Yes, we do miss seeing him live and in person on the stage and hearing his irresistible cajoling to raise our bitter paddles and our glasses, maybe not in that order, but having him here in our first virtual gala is the next best thing. So I'm delighted to introduce our MC for this evening's gala, Jonathan Miller. Jonathan is the CEO and Artistic Director of the Sounds Good organization, a network of choruses serving older adults, including the Good Memories Chorus for those with memory loss. This was also Jonathan's final season as Artistic Director of Chicago Acapella. He is a singer, a published and recorded composer, an arranger, a cantor, a producer, and a passionate spokesperson for the power of choral music. Jonathan, I am so glad you're here.
Hello, Catherine, and hello, everyone watching. I am so glad to return to host Chorus America's Gala for the 11th year in a row. I can feel the love and support for Chorus America coming through the screen from all over the world, and that's good because we need everyone's support tonight, including yours, to keep Chorus America doing its great work on behalf of choruses every single day. That's you. Now, like Brian and Catherine, I've got my gala beverage of choice, as I'm calling my singer's sangria. And I'm also ready to go with Chicago-style deep dish pizza, but I'm going to leave that on the table right here. So also, thank you. We talked about this as we were setting up the gala tonight. I decided to wear some festive clothes. And yes, I am dressed fancy all the way down to my toes. I'm just saying. Now, I'd like to also draw your attention to the online auction that's taking place alongside this gala. As usual, the Chorus America Generous Brain Trust has pulled together a whole array of one-of-a-kind items that you can only find here. So we'll describe some of the coolest items a little later to help you salivate, but I invite you to take a sneak peek now and get in your early bids, and I'll tell you how to do that. You can visit our auction at 32auctions.com/ChorusAmerica2020, and the URL is right there on the screen right now. So take a look. And it's easy to do. And since all of us in the choral field are clearly such expert multitaskers, I know you are, I recommend that you open up the auction site right now and keep on being here at our gala at the same time. Now, here in the choral field, and I am truly serious, we are all about making the world a better place, a more just, equitable, and inclusive place, and a place where peace and love reign. That said, even here in the choral field, there is nothing more fun than a choral auction smackdown. And I so miss being in the room with all of you and having lively bidding that gets us all cheering and smiling. And while I am a middle child and I appreciate world harmony, few things get me as excited as a hot bidding war that benefits Chorus America. And since the auction's going on right now, you can do that. You can jump in and bid, so please get busy and keep Chorus America strong, because we have a lot of money to raise tonight, as Catherine said. Now, here's an insider auction tip, especially if you haven't done an online auction before, a little insider scoop for you. If there's an item that you're really interested in, and you feel like you just can't go without it, I suggest you lock it down immediately by clicking Buy It Now. Once you've paid for that item, it will be removed from the auction and you will have won it and no one else can have it. Isn't that fun? So exercise those rivalrous impulses and buy it now, yeehaw. Now, there's also sort of a middle ground. If you really like an item, but you're kind of on the fence about buying it now, we encourage you to place a proxy bid. In a proxy bid, you set the maximum price that you're willing to pay for an auction item. And while you're doing other things, the system will automatically bid for you by the minimum bid increment up to the amount that you specify. Now, this is the cool thing. If someone outbids your proxy bid, you'll get a notification so that you have the chance to get back in on the action before the auction ends. And maybe you might get so excited at that point, you just decide to buy it now. But you have lots of options. So much fun. And remember, every dollar you spend as a winning bidder to get this cool stuff goes right back to Chorus America to help your choir be the best it can be all year long. Now, I'm going to turn it back to Catherine, who will tell you about another way you can support Chorus America tonight, which is, after all, why.
So if auctions aren't your thing, there is another way to support us tonight. Andre Coleman, Chorus America's new Associate Director of Development, and someone who has been key to putting this evening together, will join us to explain this easy way to be part of the action.
Hi, everyone. I'm so glad to be here at my first Chorus America Gala, and I hope to see everyone at an in-person celebration at our next conference. As choruses know so well, Organizations are stronger when many people are giving at whatever level they can. We've set up a line that will allow you to contribute to Chorus America right from your cell phone. It is quick and convenient. First, text CHORUS to 56512. It's not case sensitive, just CHORUS to 56512 and hit send. You'll instantly receive a link in response. Click that link and enter all of the requested information. We're encouraging contributions at $50, $100, $250, and $500, but we're accepting gifts of any amount. In fact, in honor of Jonathan's 11th year with us, you could even give $11 or multiples thereof. What we're most interested in is the joy we'd feel if we saw full participation from everyone watching. Finally, once you've entered all of your information, hit submit and you're all done. You should receive a text and an email confirming your gift. Thank you all in advance for your generosity. If you stick around, you just might see your names highlighted at the end of the stream.
Thanks, Andre. I'd just like to add that if you're watching from outside the United States tonight, you can contribute by visiting chorusamerica.org and clicking on the button that says Give. Giving by text works for phone numbers in the United States. Now, as part of our program, I am thrilled to bring in our first guest of the evening, a composer of enormous talent and accomplishment whose beloved pieces have quickly become central to today's canon of choral music. And we're proud that he's a friend of Chorus America's, Ola Gjeilo. Hi, Ola. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. How are you?
Good, my pleasure. Great to be with you. How are you doing?
Wonderful to see you. Where are you joining us from, Ola?
I'm in Queens, New York.
That's wonderful. Well, it's so great to have you here. I'm going to jump in with some of the questions that I think some of my colleagues might have for you as an esteemed composer. You write so beautifully for choral voices, and we're wondering, where did this appreciation come from in your understanding of the voice, and what made you begin composing choral music in the first place?
Well, thank you. That's very kind. I think I started, my father would play a lot of choral music in the house when I grew up. He loved playing records and CDs eventually when that became a thing. And so I was subjected to a lot of amazing choral music, and I really gravitated towards that. So I would listen to in the beginning, a lot of classic stuff like Mozart and the B minor Mass or Brahms Requiem or anything like that. And then when I had my first composition teacher, private teacher, right after high school in Norway, he started me out doing choral, and because he felt like it teaches you good voice leading and that kind of stuff. And I just fell in love with writing for a choir and have done it ever since. But I also sung in choir first time in high school, because I went to a music high school in Norway, and where it was obligatory to be in choir. So and yeah, I absolutely love that experience. And so I joined the Oslo Philharmonic Choir a bit later. So that also taught me a lot about what kind of feels good and sounds good for the voice, and that was a tremendous help.
Wow, wonderful. Did you hear that, all you policymakers out there? Obligatory to be in choir. That would that the entire planet would follow the example of Ola's school. So, Ola, my next question is about the Commission Consortium, to which you contributed a piece, and the piece that you've written is called Roots. Can you tell us a little bit about what inspired that piece and how you landed on this particular text, and perhaps what you hope the legacy of this piece might be?
Well, I was just thinking about a different sense of home, of roots, of belonging. Probably because I've lived abroad for so many years. I moved from Norway when I was 23 to come to New York, and so New York has been my home pretty much, more or less, ever since. And I feel very at home here. But it's a different sense of belonging than my native country and hometown, sure. Which is a different kind of attachment, different feeling, I think. So we wanted to explore that a little bit Luckily, Tony Silvestri wrote was happy to be part of this and wrote a beautiful new text, kind of based on some like thoughts and stuff that I had, and so that I love working with him, and so whenever he contributes, it's such an amazing thing for me.
Yeah, wow, how wonderful. So tell us a little bit, if you would, Ola, about what it meant to contribute this piece to the consortium project and why you thought it was important to support Chorus America in that way.
Well, it's simple. I think it's just such a meaningful, important organization that it's such a huge deal in our field. So when I was asked to contribute in this way, I'd love to be able to contribute in that way. So I thought that felt really meaningful and fun to do.
Yeah, well, we're so grateful that you did that. And thank you again for being here with us tonight. And since you're here, we have a special treat for our viewers. You actually get to hear this piece, Roots. The Mendelssohn Club of Philadelphia, which is one of the 14 choruses in that consortium, assembled a virtual choir to premiere the piece, and we are fortunate that we have that video. So without further ado, I'd like to present Roots by Ola Gjeilo, performed by the Mendelssohn Club of Philadelphia, conducted by their acting artistic director, John P. Leonard. Here is Roots.
Thank you.
What a stunning performance of such a beautiful piece. Thanks again to Ola Gjeilo as well as the Mendelssohn Club of Philadelphia. Well, you knocked it out of the park again, Ola. You have created another beautiful piece of choral repertoire. Thank you for sharing your gifts with us and for being with us tonight. And for those of you who are with us, if you want to hear more of Ola Gjeilo's music, you can check out his 2 latest singles, Dark Night and Luminous Night, available on Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon Music, and everywhere you listen to your favorite music. Ola, what a pleasure to have you with us this evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's great to be with you.
All right, take good care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks so much. What a joy. Oh, that was a beautiful, beautiful piece. I got a little choked up there. Since 2007, Chorus America has commissioned pieces from renowned composers for many commission consortiums. And guess what? We're doing it again. This year, Chorus America is commissioning 3 pieces. One by Sarah Quartel for treble voices, one by Deke Sharon for SATB voices, and another by our very own board member, Karen P. Thomas. I also want to thank Classical Movements, a big shout out to them for their sponsorship of our commissioning program. Now, for more information about our commission consortium, there's a specific website I want to send you to, and there it is, consortio.io, consortio.io, and our commissioning projects live on the front page, so it's really easy to get involved. Thank you so much, and we'd love to have you part of those commission consortiums. Now, we are truly honored, moving on, that many luminaries in our field have sent heartfelt messages of support tonight for our gala. And here is the next one. Internationally known conductor, music educator, and choral clinician Elena Sharkova. She is artistic director at Cantabile Youth Singers, and she's one of the winners of the 2020 Chorus America ASCAP Awards for Adventurous Programming. Congratulations, and here is Elena.
Dear Chorus America colleagues and supporters, my name is Elena Sharkova, and I'm the Artistic Director of Cantabile Youth Singers of Silicon Valley in the San Francisco Bay Area. Firstly, I would like to thank the staff and the board of Chorus America for asking me to speak at the gala. This is a great opportunity and a great honor indeed. I became the Artistic Director of a nonprofit youth organization after many years of service in academia, both in Russia and in the United States. And I needed to learn how to navigate in a very different world. I have relied on resources, advocacy, and professional camaraderie of Chorus America in countless ways. As a leader of a youth community chorus, I'm also very grateful to Chorus America for recognizing the unique importance of youth choral art in this country, and also for shining bright light on the high achievements of our young artists. This year, Cantabile Youth Singers joined a roster of distinguished youth choirs to receive one of Chorus America awards. And we stand right next to the country's finest professional ensembles and adult community choruses. What a powerful commitment to inspire and promote the future of our art. Today, my singers need me to be strong and compassionate in this time of emotional tension and much turmoil. We face an uncertain future. With their hearts and minds, they desire to use their voices not only to make beautiful sounds, but also to make a stand. They see their art as a powerful force for social justice and wish to use their skills and experiences to move the world into a kind of future. I know that I have Chorus America leadership to guide me through the tough times, and that my colleagues, my tribe, to always stand by me and my students. Today, I ask that we all support this great organization in the most generous way.
Thank you, Elena, so much, and congratulations again. And I just heard from our team, speaking of fundraising, that we received a $1,000 contribution from Chorus America board member Jeff Barnett. Thank you, Jeff, for your leadership. That's wonderful. And now I'd like to welcome back Chorus America's board chair, Brian Newhouse.
Oh, this is just wonderful. I'm just so pleased that all these stars are showing up here. Each year during our conference, we've got the opportunity to recognize those who've been extraordinarily generous to Chorus America and the performing arts. The Michael Korn Founders Award for Philanthropic Contribution to the Arts is given annually to an individual, corporation, or foundation whose financial support of Chorus America and the choral art has been especially significant and generous. Now, usually, we're all at a wonderful cocktail reception with a glass in hand, ready to toast. So I recommend that everyone grab something and be ready to raise your glass. This year, I'm so pleased to present the award to the National Association of Music Merchants Foundation. The National Association of Music Merchants Foundation, known as the NAM Foundation, is the philanthropic arm of NAM, which is the trade association. The foundation is known for its support of programs, research, and activities that explore and promote music making across the lifespan. Most recently, the foundation is leading a coalition of music organizations that are funding new research that's going to give added understanding to singing and the potential for viral spread in a performing arts setting. This is incredibly important, and we all really owe a debt of gratitude to them. And as a side note, the foundation has a really robust website with resources and research reports and some great quotes about music. This is my favorite from their website, written by a gentleman named Plato. I would teach children music, physics, and philosophy, but most importantly, music, for the patterns in music and all the arts are the keys to learning. Raise my glass to that. The foundation has been a key partner in our most important research, which are the chorus impact studies. Its generous support of the research and the publication of the 2019 impact study, Singing for a Lifetime, was a critical factor in the report's success, as is evident with how often that research is being quoted in articles right now about choruses and singing. The NAM Foundation's president, Mary Lurson, has served as an advisor and reviewer for all three of the studies. In 2016, the foundation also supported a research project to map the entire choral music ecosystem. The Choral Ecosystem Forum brought together 30 leaders representing a diverse range of singing communities and leadership roles. Together with some research experts, they explored promising ideas for strengthening how the choral ecosystem functions and helping the field thrive. Tonight, we honor the Foundation's commitment to research that shines a bright light on the essential importance of music for people of all ages and for extending that commitment to the choral field through its support of Chorus America. We really wish we could have presented this award in person at our chair's reception, but we're very pleased to have this message from the chair of the NAM Foundation, Joel Menchie.
As chair of the NAM Foundation, it is an honor to be recognized with the Michael Korn Award for Philanthropic Contribution to the Performing Arts. And let me also say that I too wish I could be there with you this evening to accept this award. Since its inception, the NAM Foundation's mission has been to promote and support music making to people of all ages and abilities. We do this through grants, research, community outreach, and educational support. And we do it in large part with the help of our many NAM member organizations. So whether it's funding a study on the benefits of singing, or providing a grant to support music brain research, or helping an El Sistema program where we can provide underserved youth with the opportunity to learn a musical instrument who might not otherwise have that opportunity. The NAM Foundation looks for partnerships whose interests are aligned with ours. Clearly, Chorus America is one of those projects. I'd like to thank our friends at Chorus America for this recognition, and I'd like to particularly thank Mary Lurson and her team at the NAM Foundation for their tireless efforts to support the arts and to find partnerships such as Chorus America to fulfill our collective mission. Thank you.
Now, I hope all of you will join me in raising our glass in a toast to the NAM Foundation for all it's done for Chorus America and our field. Woohoo!
Thank you so much, NAM Foundation. Mary and Joel, thank you.
Thank you.
I have to say, throughout the evening, we'll be shouting out to people who've made gifts. And I just got a doozy My daughter, Jenna, just gave us a gift tonight. So for all you mothers out there, this is an important one. So thank you, Jenna.
Awesome.
Yeah. So we painted it this a little earlier in the evening, but now feels like the perfect time to highlight some of the terrific items in our auction. I want to give a shout out to our wonderfully generous board member, Iris Dirk of DCINY, for all of her efforts to help secure many of the packages we're offering tonight. Thank you, Iris.
Yes, thank you, Iris. Now, here comes the meat of the auction. We have 18 auction packages this year. I expect that each one of you who are with us tonight will want one or more of these. They include opportunities for collaboration and connection with some of the most recognizable names in choral music, autographed manuscripts, executive leadership coaching, an opportunity to join us at next year's conference in 2021, even an exciting vacation stay in scenic Maine. Now, we're only going to talk about a few of them here, but I encourage you to visit the auction website. We mentioned it before. We'll splash it up on the screen again, 32auctions.com/ChorusAmerica2020 to see them all. That's 32auctions.com/ChorusAmerica2020. Catherine, what's your favorite of all the auction items?
Well, it's a little bit hard to choose, but I guess one of my favorites is the virtual conversation and coaching via Zoom with Maren Alsop, the artistic director of the Baltimore Symphony Orchestra. She's also chief conductor and curator of the Ravinia Festival. And she will soon take over the Vienna Radio Symphony Orchestra. Maren is one of the leading conductors of our time and a true trailblazer for women in the field. We're so grateful to her for carving out this time in her absolutely packed schedule to offer this opportunity. So I suggest someone buy this for an emerging or emerged conductor in your life. What about you, Jonathan?
Oh, that's so fantastic. Well, as for me, Catherine, I'm going to go with Someone's in the Kitchen with Alice virtually. I have personal experience with this prize because I won it. It took me a while to cash in, but I'm so glad I did. It was really one of the truly great days in my life as a composer and arranger because Alice, as so many of you know, has a remarkable gift for talking about melody and thinking about melody and the ways that really getting inside the nature of a given melody can completely infuse a piece that you happen to be arranging. I did an arrangement for the Sounds Good Choirs about a year ago on the traditional tune, How Can I Keep From Singing? And it has Alice's inspiration all over it. So I encourage you to bid on this and bid high because you don't want to miss this opportunity. The winning bidder will get to connect via Zoom with Alice Parker for a chance to talk to this living legend. Now, not only do you have the chance to talk about music, but Alice will also share her world famous bread recipe with you and walk you through tips to successfully prepare it. And I have had the joy of actually baking bread and then eating the bread that Alice and I baked together. It was really, really a wonderful thing at the home of Chorus America board member Mary Mock. I'll never forget that day. So I want to encourage you to jump in and bid on and win Baking Bread with Alice Parker virtually. And what about you, Catherine? Any more auction items that just float your boat?
Oh, quite a few. And Alice, thank you. We're sending a lot of love to you tonight.
Thanks.
Let's see. I would say another item also features a luminary in our field and a genuinely nice guy, Eric Whitacre. This is an opportunity for an hour-long conversation video call with this multi-award-winning composer, conductor, and the father of the virtual choir. His virtual choir projects laid the groundwork for the technique choruses are using today to perform and stay connected, regardless of the limitations of the pandemic. You can use this time with Eric to bounce some ideas off of him, ask what inspired him to write some of your favorite pieces of his, talk virtual choral tech, latency issues, whatever.
Yeah, that's a great prize. So we encourage you to jump in, and the URL for the auction is right there. Go ahead and bid high, buy it now if you're so moved. And it is such a great auction. We have so many wonderful prizes. Here's another one from luminaries in the choral field. I've been an a cappella singing geek my entire life, as a singer, as an arranger, as a conductor, as a composer. For this next item, we have an item from the King Singers. We are so grateful to these amazing gentlemen for inspiring us so much at the plenary session earlier today. Thank you guys so much for showing us the way to use singing to make it a better world. So the item that you can bid on is a one-of-a-kind, personalized, brief virtual greeting from the King Singers. Here's what it is. They'll sing 2 to 3 minutes of a song from their repertoire. And yes, Happy Birthday is in their repertoire. So they'll sing it for you or a loved one in glorious 6-part harmony. Go to our auction website, look at the details, bid, make it yours. If I won this item myself, I think I would have them sing, being an old Renaissance music person, on the King Singers Continental Collection album, they did the Renaissance ensalada called La Bomba by Mateo Flecha the Elder. And there's about a 30-second or 1-minute riff in there where they're all imitating the sounds of guitar. That's what I would choose. Quite wonderful. How about you, Catherine? If you won this item, what would you use it for?
Well, I'm embarrassed to say I'd be really happy with Happy Birthday. My birthday's this summer, so. But I also should mention the auction has a variety of items at different price points. For example, check out there's something for everyone. Check out this opportunity to join us for the 2021 conference in Minneapolis. It's registration and a hotel stay. And as we all know, the Twin Cities are known for vibrant and diverse choral singing. So we can't wait to get together there next summer. We're hoping.
Yes. Mm-hmm. There's nothing like having the energy of so many great leaders in the choral field under one roof. Now, what we've been talking about the last couple minutes was just a portion of what our auction has to offer. So if anything spoke to you, or if you want to learn more about the items that we didn't get a chance to discuss, please visit our auction website. The website's right there on the screen, and place your bids now. The auction will remain open until tomorrow night. That's Friday, June 19th at 11:59 p.m. And once again, you can find it by visiting it's right there on the screen, 32auctions.com/Chorus America 2020. Have fun, be generous. Remember, everything that you spend on these items goes to benefit Chorus America, which goes to benefit you and your choruses. Next, we're going to have a virtual choir for performance from the Young People's Chorus of New York City. This is an arrangement of Rodgers and Hammerstein's You'll Never Walk Alone from the musical Carousel. It's quite a story, and as the pandemic hit New York City so severely, the renowned Young People's Chorus of New York moved as quickly as possible to keep its talented young singers connected and expressing themselves through music, all in the service of lifting up their community, especially in these scary and turbulent times. This stunning piece was arranged by YPC founder and artistic director Francisco J. Nunez, such a wonderful musician, and Chorus America board member and YPC associate artistic director, also a fabulous musician, Elizabeth Nunez. We'll hear some special remarks from them at the end of their performance. Please enjoy.
Hold your head. Hi, I'm Elizabeth Nunez, and I'm a proud member of the Chorus America Board. And I'm here today to tell you why you should give to Chorus America. But in order to do that, I'm going to need a little help from my friends. So please welcome composer extraordinaire Jim Papoulis. Hey, Jim.
Hello.
How you doing?
Okay, thank
You want to do a little social distance fundraising
Why
for
not?
Chorus America?
you.
You know, Chorus America is so great. They give all the resources to the field. It's amazing. They funded this amazing study last year that told us all of the amazing things we do in our community. They tell us what we need to do during COVID to keep our choirs singing and our communities connected. Whether you're an administrator, a conductor, a chorus member, or a board member, Chorus America has something for you. And I'm going to tell you today how you can help support the work that Chorus America is doing. You're going to text. Very simple thing. 56512. That's right, text chorus to this number. 56512. After you text chorus, you're going to click on the link. Give any amount that you can to 56512. It could be $250, $400, $5. It all matters. 56512. You know, Jim, I really love a good choral warm-up, and I know this audience really appreciates a good choral warm-up. Maybe we should do a choral warm-up. What do you think?
Sounds like you're ready.
Let's get Sophia in here. Sophia Papoulis. Hey, Sophia. Hey, I'm ready. You want to do a warm-up for Chorus America? I definitely want to. Here's a warm-up for you guys. Ready? 56512. 56512. 56512. 56512. 56512. 56512. You know, I like that warm-up, but I really like the other way too. Let's go back to the groove.
1, 2, 3,
Sing along.
and
56512. Hey, Francisco Nunez. Hey. 56512. Text chorus.
You got to give to Chorus America. It's a wonderful organization. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye. Happy conference.
1, 2.
5, 1, 2.
Great earworm. I love that. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Vocal percussion back in there. Woo!
Yeah, we appreciate so much Sophia and Jim Papoulis, Elizabeth Francisco, the Young People's Chorus of New York. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. Jonathan, we've talked about this next guest's auction item, and I'm so excited. He's about to join us tonight.
Me too. What can you even say about this gentleman? He's the closest thing that you'll get to a rock star in the choral field. He's a Grammy-winning composer, one of the most well-known names in choral music. Please welcome Eric Whitacre.
Hey,
Eric. How are you?
Here's everyone.
So great to have you with us. Oh, what a joy! What a joy!
I'm honored to be
drink
here.
I'll drink your presence here.
That blue drink looks spectacular. What's in that?
This is my singing sangria for the evening. So a little orange slice. So it's so great. It's so great to have you here. You know, I think right now, since the whole choir world has gone virtual, you're sort of top of mind for so many people. Since, as Catherine said earlier, you are the father of the virtual choir. Let's not forget, though, you're also this amazing first-class composer who just writes unbelievably fabulous choral music that I think most of us have sung and enjoyed and heard and commissioned. So let's absolutely not forget that. It's just so wonderful. Thank you for making the time to be our special guest.
Yeah, I wouldn't have missed it. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so I think the burning question on everyone's mind is what made you want to create a virtual choir in the first place?
So I've told this story a few times, so forgive me if you've heard it, but it was a single video. This young woman named Britlin Losey, who at the time was only 17 years old, uploaded this fan video to me. She was singing the soprano part to Sleep, and she pushed play in the background, and she sent it out into the world. She uploaded it to YouTube, hoping it would find me somehow, like an electronic message in a bottle. Hey, we didn't know each other at all. And a friend of mine sent me a link to it and said, you've got to see this. And just seeing her video, I remember being struck by how pure and clear her voice was, but also how pure and clear her intention was. that it's just nothing but giving and just sending it out into the world. And I had this feeling that if I could just get 25 people to do exactly what Britland was doing, just start these videos at the same time and sing their own parts, that if I stitched them all together, it would have to make a choir, right? But I honestly never thought in my wildest dreams that anybody else would want to see this. I just thought it was for my little group of choir geeks.
What year was this? What year was that?
That was in 2009 is when I first saw that. Can you imagine 11 years ago? And YouTube was pretty young at the time. Nobody was quite sure what we were all doing with it. And then it went viral. And that was a pretty thrilling feeling to just have this thing suddenly go out across the world. And what I remember mostly from that time was just suddenly receiving thousands of messages from singers all over the world saying, when is the next one? And I had no plans on doing another one. I hadn't even thought that far. I mean, that first one, 185 singers from 12 countries, almost broke our backs. It took like 3 months to make.
Sure.
And so that's what I've been doing the past 10 years, is making these virtual choirs. It's just unimaginable now.
Amazing. So what's the hardest thing, Eric, from your viewpoint of doing this, whether it's musical, technical, logistical, whatever? Like what do you struggle with in the virtual choir?
Well, so to let everybody else out there who is making these right now know that it's awful behind the scenes. Just so that they know that as well. If they're struggling with this,
totally.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're doing it, and so anybody who's doing this back, it's not fun, and there's no easy way to do it. There's no app that you just throw it in and it's all meticulous and brute force, and it just takes hours and hours and hours. And I think the most difficult part about it is that the process itself is the least musical process you can imagine. It has nothing to do with make an ensemble or making music together. The final product is beautiful, and like these virtual choirs that you've shown now tonight are just gorgeous. But the making of it, it's it's just, I mean, I'll be honest with you. Every single virtual choir we do, I mean, everyone, we always say, "That's it. That's the last one. We're out."
That's so funny. And do you compose or arrange music differently, Eric, if you know a piece is going to be premiered virtually? Like, do you compose with that in mind sometimes?
I do. Well, until this latest one, I hadn't composed a piece of music specifically for the virtual choir. But what I learned the very, very hard way, and people making virtual choirs all over the place are making, is that the enemy is consonance. Not the opposite of dissonance, but consonance, right? Yeah,
right. Yeah,
exactly. And that trying to line those things up they're hard enough if you've just got a few voices, but when you get into thousands of voices, it just becomes your whole day trying to line those things up. And so for Virtual Choir 5, which was a piece I'd written called Deep Field, the choir only sings oohs and ahs. And I remember thinking, I've solved it. I figured it all out. This is how you make one of these with the least amount of pain. But then for Virtual Choir 6, the one that we're doing now, I needed to write poetry that was very specific to what we're going through. And I wrote the poem first without thinking about virtual choir, without thinking anything technical. It's just, what do we need to say? And unfortunately, the words that came out were sing gently, sing softly, these words like, and I remember writing them down and thinking, oh, someone's going to be very upset, 2 months when they're trying to put this all together.
Wow. Yeah, that's cool. Well, tell us a little more about Sing Gently, and I think we have some visuals, since this is what you're really immersed in now.
Yeah, so we launched it, I guess about a month ago. We launched the acquisition stage, and we had a feeling it would be big. The Virtual Choir 5 was the largest we'd done, and that had 8,000 singers. But when we finished the acquisition phase for this one, we ended up with 17,563 singers from 129 countries. So the numbers were just staggering behind the scenes. And what and when I say we, I really mean Meg Davies and Claire Long, who are the executive producers of the Virtual Choir. What they built around it was a real sense of community. So we also had things going on during the day where you could rehearse with me, and we studied the music, but then also lots of experts in the field uploading videos about how to warm up, how to sing in an ensemble. We talked about the physiology of singing, And it really became this incredible community. And that was the big focus for us. Right now, we just announced today that July 19th, so 1 month from tomorrow, will be the reveal of Virtual Choir 6. And I can say that behind the scenes, I've seen some images. I can't share them, unfortunately, but I've seen some images.
Yeah.
I've heard the audio. The audio is almost done. And it's the last time I heard it, actually, I got tears in my eyes. I just couldn't believe how grand and beautiful it sounded.
Wow, that's so beautiful. Wow, I'm getting choked up just hearing about it, because I've done virtual choir videos and I know how hard they are, but this is your scale is 100 times than the 177 singers that we had here in Chicago a month ago. So just one more thing about virtual choirs, and then we'll talk a little more about Chorus America. Other than vastly underestimating the amount of time, money, and technology that it takes to do one of these, what do you think is the number one thing that a choral conductor or a choral professional or a chorus executive director contemplating a virtual choir might forget to think about?
Well, I'll tell you what, it would be this. It's that I think that all those people, conductors, administrators, advocates, those people are generally not the people that are also tech savvy. Myself included. I've got a background in computers, but the kind of stuff we're talking about here is way beyond my pay grade.
Yeah.
And so I think what they forget is that in their choirs, even high school choirs, are computer wizards. There are 15-year-old kids who can get on YouTube and in 2 days figure this all out. And I have a 14-year-old boy, and my 14-year-old son, he's figured out how to make his own little acapella videos. And so I actually think that's the key to it, is that right there at their disposal, they have all of the brain power they need to make one of these things happen. And I would encourage them to reach out to those kids in their own choir.
Thank you. That's great. That's great advice. Now, we also know, Eric, that you've been very supportive of Chorus America. You've spoken at our conferences. You've participated in the Commission Consortium and so on. What made you want to be a part of our work?
I mean, since I can remember, Chorus America was synonymous with this idea of advocacy for our shared art form. That there was this leadership position that Chorus America held that seemed to drive everything we were doing in the right direction. And I also loved, since I can remember, Chorus America has backed up everything they've done with actual science, with data. So there'll be that annual, release of numbers. How many people actually sing? What are the health benefits of singing? And most recently, this amazing, amazing webcast that Chorus America did, where it talked about singing in the time of COVID. And
Absolutely.
As we talked earlier, before I came on, we said it sent shockwaves into the choral community, and I think even communities beyond that. But I think it was essential. That's true leadership. True leadership is saying, here's the facts on the ground. Here's the problem. Now here's what we're going to do to get through this. And I was really knocked out by that. And I think that's indicative of everything that Chorus America stands for is genuine leadership.
That is so beautifully said. Well, thank you, Eric. Thank you, and thank you. That's kudos to you, Catherine, of course, for steering and leading this organization, doing everything.
Truly.
So a big shout out to you, Eric. I'm going to raise a glass again to your being here. Thank you so much for being a part of us. Thank you for being a rock star that we can all admire. And we will eagerly be awaiting the premiere of Sing Gently, the virtual choir's next offering on YouTube on July 19th. 2020 at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. Thank you, Eric. Such a joy to have you with us.
Best of luck, everyone. Oh, and if I can just jump in one last thing. I know there's a bunch of people listening, but if you can support in any way Chorus America, and I'm not now talking to the audience, if there's anything you can do monetarily or in terms of time or effort, please support this organization. It's essential for our shared art form. Thank you for having me, truly.
Thank you, Eric.
Yep.
Thanks so much. Take care. Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Well, thank you. What a joy. This is a star-studded evening, folks. In case you hadn't noticed, we're so lucky. It means so much to have the support of our field's leaders, and topping that list is Andre Thomas. Andre is a revered educator, composer, and conductor, and as a teacher, he has helped launch the careers of so many of the field's best and brightest. Andre is vice president of ACDA National now, a former board member of Chorus America, and I could spend all night listing his credentials because there are so many of them. Here is Andre Thomas.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Andre Thomas. I am a former board member of Chorus America and the 2011 recipient of the Distinguished Service Award. Chorus America, and what does it mean? We all know that Chorus America is about the survival of choruses in all forms in the United States. Because of that interest in survival, it prompted a choral impact study that has influenced the entire world. That kind of study and other things to give us advocacy information only comes about because of dollars. And today, we need your help to raise dollars to raise our voices. So lift your glass tall, find your wallet, and give your very best that you can for Chorus America.
Thank you, Andre, for your passion and your eloquence. I love it. Lift your glass, find your wallet. Exactly. I couldn't have said it better myself. I love and support Chorus America since my very first conference in 1998. I remember walking into that hotel in Orange County, California, and I knew that I had found my choral community right here. I consider it my obligation to help keep Chorus America strong. I invite you to do the same. You and you and you and you, every single one of you who is here tonight, I invite you to join all of you in supporting Chorus America right now. Your support will help Chorus America lead the field in all the ways that Eric and Andre and everyone else have mentioned tonight. These are uncertain times, folks, and we need Chorus America's research, advocacy, superbly relevant programming, and professional development to help take us into the future. And here is someone who can say all this even better than I can. Anton Armstrong. Anton is the Tostall Professor of Music at St. Olaf College. He just recently celebrated his 30th anniversary at St. Olaf. Congratulations, Anton. What a huge accomplishment. Anton is someone whom everyone in our field admires. And Chorus America recently welcomed Anton back to the board for his second term, and we couldn't get to have him back. Woohoo! No one can speak to the importance of Chorus America's work like Anton, and we're grateful that he sent us his message tonight. Now, people can't help but listen when Anton is speaking. So as he is speaking, get your finger on your phone or on our Give button on our website, because you'll want to do what he's asking.
Good evening, my friends. I am Anton Armstrong, conductor of the St. Olaf Choir from Northfield, Minnesota, and a proud member of Chorus America for now 32 years. I was honored to serve a 9-year term on the Chorus America board. After several years following the conclusion of that time of service, I was delighted when approached by Chorus America's CEO and President, Catherine Dehoney, to consider rejoining this esteemed group of volunteers to help shepherd the mission and work of Chorus America. I now begin that second term of service. We are all working hard right now to make sense of a lot of senseless things. Brutal racism and intolerance in full display by those who've sworn to protect us and our communities, as well as a virus that seems to be tailor-made to prevent us as choral musicians from doing what we need and love to do, to be together and sing. We could go on all night about the current events, but where I'm focusing now is ensuring a bright future for the singers I have the duty and delight to lead, and that's where Chorus America is focused too. I think it's safe to say that everyone watching tonight has been influenced by the helpful resources and information Chorus America offers. So tonight, we're going to be asking you to do something pretty simple. Give to the future of our field through Chorus America. What do our choruses need for the future? Well, we need to be welcoming and relevant and eliminate barriers to participation for larger numbers of our communities. We need skilled artistic leadership with a commitment to equity and lifting those diverse voices who are rolling up their sleeves to create new ways of sharing our art and engaging people, whether virtually or, Lord, I hope soon, down the road in person. We need clever, innovative administrative leadership Chorus America has our backs and is addressing all those key needs. Conversations about diversity, equity, inclusion, and access are having a major influence in just about every aspect of society. My friends, this is long overdue. Courses are part of it too. And all of us need the kind of information and support Chorus America provides to take conversation to action. The discussions and information being presented at the virtual conference this week have been relevant and inspiring. But true change does not happen overnight. And that's why we need your support tonight to keep this work going. Chorus America is working to be nimble and responsive, to keep delivering the information and networking upon which course leaders depend in the midst of great uncertainty for our field. I can't say enough about Chorus America's incredible and dedicated staff of 9 people. They and my committed colleagues on the Chorus America Board of Directors are navigating a changing landscape for the performing arts right now and working diligently to anticipate what courses need to be successful in the foreseeable future. And the team is doing this, my friends, while maintaining the organization's signature level of excellence in service, regardless of serving virtually or in person. Let me give you 2 examples of this. All of us who have searched for administrative leadership know that our field needs a robust pipeline of talented course executive directors. Chorus America's online Course Management Institute gives participants those fundamental course management skills in a more accessible online format that prioritizes hands-on training and includes a strong focus on creating a supportive, professional network. It is effective virtual professional education. Secondly, in terms of in-person service, my conducting colleagues know how difficult it was in our early years to get the kind of coaching and experience in front of an orchestra that would prepare us to truly lead and do justice to the major works in the Western choral canon. Chorus America's Conducting Academy offers young conductors a week-long intensive period of instruction during which they gain practical experience working with an orchestra comprising professional instrumentalists with a skilled ensemble of singers. The 2021 Academy will welcome 28 emerging conductors from across North America to study and perform Haydn's creation. Now, more than ever, our field needs a strong service organization that has our backs in every way. But we all need to do our part with our contributions to support Chorus America's capacity to serve. It's in our best interest. So please, your gifts truly matter. My friends, help us create an even brighter future for our field by contributing to Chorus America tonight. Thank you for your generosity. Have a good evening.
Thank you so much, Anton. We are so grateful for all you do for choral music and for Chorus America. And what you say has impact. We have received some really nice gifts. I just want to give a shout out to Wendy Moy, Matthew Harden, Francisco Ordonez, Philip Schultz, thank you, Shannon Arnold, thank you, Jonathan Saxton, thank you so much, and Stephen Fox, right here in Washington, D.C. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Thanks to you all. Now, as a reminder, you can also access our auction until 11:59 p.m. tomorrow, Friday, June 19th, by visiting the auction website. It's right here on the screen, 32auctions.com/ChorusAmerica2020. And you can make contributions by visiting chorusamerica.org, or in the US by texting the word chorus to 56512 and clicking the link in the message you receive in spot response. Again, that's CHORUS to 56512. And you can sing and get your own beatbox to get that jingle going through your head. 56512 is the number. One of the fun things for us is, as Catherine said, we can watch in real time as gifts come in, and we can send love to people making contributions live on the air. So make your gift, then grab your drink and snacks, and cheer on your friends.
You heard the man. In the US, text chorus, CHORUS, to 56512. And in 56512. And in fact, we've changed the goal tonight to $56,512, or 56512. So woo! Make it happen. Thank you so much. All right. And I also want to give a special thank you to Elfrida and Vern Heinrichs, who just made a very special gift. Thank you. We will leave the number at the bottom of the screen during this next performance. And once it's over, we will check in on the thermometer.
Very good. Well, my friends, we're getting toward the close of the evening, and to help us end on a beautiful note, we do have another special choral performance. It wasn't only Chorus America's conference that had to be canceled in person this summer. Our friends and partners, the Gala Association of Choruses, has also had to postpone their major festival originally scheduled for this July. Now, their festival only happens every 4 years, so this postponement is quite a blow to the more than 7,000 singers from Gala choruses all over North America who had planned to lift their voices together in the Twin Cities. Now, it's a tradition at the festival for the San Francisco Gay Men's Chorus to perform the final concert, and we want to honor that tradition tonight. It's impossible to overstate the importance of the San Francisco Gay Men's Chorus to the choral field and to the fight for justice and equality for the LGBTQ community. They have been on the forefront of advocacy and creating community through choral music. Nowhere is this more evident than in their award-winning documentary, Gay Chorus Deep South, which chronicles the chorus's 2017 Lavender Pen Tour through the American South. Now, the COVID-19 crisis has prevented them from singing together in person, but that didn't stop them from continuing to advocate and uplift through their music. This arrangement of Truly Brave, a mashup of Cyndi Lauper's True Colors and Sarah Bareilles' Brave, is SFGMC's offer of gratitude to the healthcare workers and first responders on the front lines. We are so grateful to Tim Seelig and Chris Verdugo for their support of Chorus America and for creating this wonderful performance we're about to hear. Thank you so much.
You with the sad eyes, don't be discouraged, oh, I realize it's hard to take courage in a world full of people. You can lose sight of it all, and the darkness inside you makes you feel so small.
You can be amazing, you can turn a phrase into a weapon or a drug. You could be the outcast or be the backlash of somebody's lack of love. But I wonder what could happen. I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show. I wanna see you, just wanna see you. I wanna see you, I wanna see you be brave. Show me your smile. Everybody's been there, everybody's been there.
Oh my, I can just feel the love radiating from each of those singers. And please, can we all raise our glass to celebrate the recent Supreme Court decision protecting LGBTQ civil rights? Definitely worth toasting to. Thank you so much to the FSGMC. Thank you so much. We are feeling the love from all the contributions that came through during that performance and throughout the night. Thank you so much, everyone, for your support. We won't be able to thank everyone by name, but each of these gifts is so important to us. I also want to thank Susan Reardon, our former board member, who sent a very special $2,500 gift. We're so grateful, Susan, and George Reardon, thank you. Mark Shapiro, thank you for your really thoughtful gift to help underwrite membership for students of color, students and composers. And Jonathan, we have all sorts of names. Goodness.
Yeah, I'll just read out the names. More names coming up in addition to those that are scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Kathleen Yagelski, thank you so much.
Thank you. Marcela Molina, our new board member. Thank you, Marcela.
Julia Malecki, thank you so much.
Oh, Thomas Cook, thank you.
Tina Meckel, thank you so much.
Steve Smith, oh my goodness, thank you for your really generous gift, Steve.
Thank you. Wes Kim and Hussein John Mohammed, thank you so much for your generous gifts.
Thank you, Hussein. Fran Coleman, thank you so much. Corey Davis, we love you.
Charlotte Sibley, thank you so much. Mark Kalanico, thank you so much.
Oh, and Catherine Peterson in Boston, thank you.
Katie Scoveholt and John Nuchterlein, thank you so much for your donations.
Matthew Culleton, thank you. And John Alexander, we love you.
Thank you, John. Yiting Jin, thank you for your generosity. Anthony Tresek King, thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. And Don Lee, thank you, our talented writer for The Voice. And Amanda, thank you.
We want to give a special shout out to Chorus America staff who have gone above and beyond to give contributions themselves tonight. Kellyanne Nelson, Christy McKinney, Mike Rowan.
Oh, and Earps, Casey Cook, the producer tonight, thank you. Andre Coleman, our development officer, and Liza Beth, our vice president for communications. Thank you so much, everyone. What a night it has been. Thank you so much, everybody, for your support of Chorus America. And just as a reminder, the auction will remain open until tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. So tell your friends, and you have another day to place those bids. Thank you to all the viewers for making this such a special night. A very special thanks to our board chair, Brian Newhouse, the performers of the Mendelssohn Club of Philadelphia, the Young People's Chorus of New York City, the San Francisco Gay Men's Chorus, and I raise my glass to you all, and of course, Jonathan Miller. We could not do this without you. Thank you for being my partner in crime tonight. Thank you.
Always, always. Thank you, Catherine. It's an honor, as always, to MC this evening's gala. I also want to thank our special guests, Eric Whitacre, Ola Gjeilo, Elena Sharkova, Andre Thomas, Dale Warland, Elizabeth and Francisco Nunez, Sophia and Jim Papoulis, and Anton Armstrong. And the biggest thanks of all goes to the people behind the scenes making the whole show happen, our director, Casey Cook, and our development lead, Andre Coleman. Thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you for supporting Chorus America.
So I have another sticky here that says we are at just about $45,000. We're awfully close to making our goal. So thank you all, and we're going to keep everything open so you can continue to give. Many thanks. This has been a wonderful evening.
Great night. Thanks for being here. Good night, everyone.
Good night.